Welcome students. Today we will understand about the concept of visual merchandising. As we know, visual merchandising is a complex activity that is best learned on the retail floor rather in a classroom. A number of basic components of merchandise presentation have a potential impact on store image and sales, which includes your fixtures type and selection of certain techniques and methods of on shelf merchandising. On shelf merchandising, which describes the merchandise that is displayed on and in counter racks, shelves, fixtures throughout the store, that represents the stars on your theater stage. We can say this is the merchandise that the shopper actually touches, tries on, examines, reads, understands, and hopefully buys. Therefore, on shelf merchandise must not present the merchandise attractively. It must display the merchandise in a manner that is easy to understand and accessible to the shopper. Visual merchandise can be called the silent salesmen. For retail formats, the models, the general merchandise placed in the stores, the lighting, and even the uniforms that are worn by the customer service personnel form part of visual merchandising exercises of any retail format. We can understand it by example. The visual merchandising at a jewelry shops, everything is well planned from floor tiles to furniture, lighting, music, and dress of the salesperson. So it is all the example of your visual merchandising, that in a business or in a shop, in a retailing context, they are modeling the things, they are converting the things as per the requirement of the customer, as per the need of the particular brand, as per they actually wanted to enhance the brand image through this visual merchandising. They are converting their environment in order to enhance their brand image. Visual merchandising describes presentation of merchandise to highlight its function and visual appeal to a customer considering a purchase. It creates an engaging and enjoyable atmosphere which invites customers to spend more money. If customer has visited your store, your retail store, he must have some what we can say, the engaging environment, the engaging atmosphere that stimulate your sales. Your retail format and your visual merchandising should ensure a dry pace. It should stimulate customer interest. It must entice the customer to buy your product. It must increase turnovers, means the retailer is in a profitable condition. It is a complex activity. We can understand it better in a retail shop rather in a classroom situation. On self merchandising, that is displayed on counter, racks, self fixtures, whatever you see in a retail store in form of counter, racks, that includes on shelf merchandising. So on shelf merchandising must not only present the merchandise attractively, but it must be easy to understand from the point of view of the customer. It must be easily accessible by the customer. It is the initial point of interaction with a potential customer in a window displays or a storefront. So what you are trying to do in this, you are trying to make your product accessible, attractive, easily understood by the customer. Visual merchandising, sometimes called non-personal form of communication that is used by retailer. It has certain objectives, like as I earlier told you, it tries to enhance your brand image. What it tries to do is tries to enhance your brand image, brand awareness. It must be in order to strengthen the brand awareness and support your brand recognition. It must be in such a manner. It must create comfortable, enjoyable and exciting shopping environment for the customer. And you can use different methods to enhance your sales. You can use display cards, you can use posters, and you can use advertising, hoardings and many more you can do. Now we come to the topic managing store inventories and display. First we need to understand what is inventory. According to Webster Dictionary, it is defined as the quality of goods or materials on hand. So how it carries an atypical form, carries different kind of inventories. It could be your raw material, it could be work in progress, that is partially completed goods, finished goods inventory, replacement parts, tools, supplies. That could be your goods in transit to warehouses or customers. That is known as pipeline inventory. Inventory management, we have certain important issues in inventory management. If firms must have to maintain the adequate inventory for the smooth production and selling activities. It should minimize the investment in inventory at the same point of time to enhance the firm's profitability. You must have know the EOQ model, that is optimum inventory model. Sometimes it is proved better. There are certain objectives of merchandise display. First one is to improve the interest of the customer. Second is to focus the customer interest on those goods that the company marketing plans are currently concentrating on the selling. To make it as possible for the customer to find and examine the goods they want, to make it as easy and possible for the sales assistants to demonstrate and sell the products, to enhance the customer's company's image and reputation. As earlier I told you, it is focused to enhance your brand image. Now we come to the topic, that is types of merchandise display. So what are the types? We can understand it like, first point is idea orientation presentation. It is nothing but it is oriented towards the idea and you are presenting your idea. There is example as well, women's fashion. So along with the displays, they are creating a room setting just to provide the idea to the customers how it looks like the particular garment in your home. So it is nothing but it is, you are presenting the idea to the customers. Style and item presentation. It is probably the most common technique of organizing stocks by style or item. You can see in your discount stores, grocery stores, hardware and drug stores, they employ this method for nearly every category of merchandise. It is nothing, you are arranging your item accordingly, style an item according to that. Color presentation, a bold merchandising technique is by color. You can you can segment by its, for example, blue colors. You are arranging blue color merchandise in a such a way that if someone wants, customer wants blue color, you can indicate him that blue merchandise from this side. You can use hoarding, you can use posters. So it's a method of arrangement. Price lining, you can organize your merchandise according to price categories as well, or price linings. There is an example. In this, they are organizing 3 groups, low, mid, high. You can use these techniques to organize your merchandise. You can categorize it by prices. There is an example, you can go through it. Vertical merchandising. It is another common way of organizing merchandise in a vertical merchandising. It's a manner. Here the merchandise is presented vertically using walls and high gondolas. Customers shop much as they read as newspaper from left to right, going down each column top to bottom. Stores can effectively organize merchandise to follow the eye neutral movement. So they are doing it right to left on kind of tonnage merchandising. As its name implies, tonnage merchandising is a display technique which large quantities of merchandise are displayed together. Customers have to come equate tonnage with the low price, following the retail adage, stocking it high, let it fly, means they are purchasing in a bulk. Frontage presentation. Often it is not possible to create effective displays and efficiently store items at the same point of time, but it is important to show as much of the merchandise as possible. Hardline fixtures. Now there are certain types of displays and fixtures. So this could be your hardline fixtures, softline fixtures, wall fixtures, that is easily understood. There are certain methods of merchandise display. You can display your merchandise by your product category, by your brand, by color, by size, by quantity, by product characteristics. If your product has certain characteristics, you can arrange accordingly, by lifestyles and taste and preferences of the customers as well, by age group, by combination of several elements like space, stock, quantity, range may require. With this, I would like to thank all of you. Thank you so much. Happy learning.